Glad to have you back. You're still watching Newsnight, commentary from Arise News with me, Ndi Amugo. Acting National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Ambassador Omar Damagum says reports of his resignation is false. Damagum, in a statement by his personal assistant, Nuru Jos, said the report is fake news and is intended to deliberately mislead the public. While urging the public to ignore the misinformation, he vowed to institute legal action against those spreading the rumors, except the deceased. He called on members and stakeholders of the party to remain united ahead of the 2027 elections. The Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Ibrahim Abdullahi, says the party is not worried about the relationship that exists between its 2023 presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and some key figures of the Social Democratic Party, SDP. Abdullahi said Atiku, as an individual, has a right to interact with other political figures who are not members of the PDP. He said the party remains focused on aligning with opposition forces against the All Progressives Congress, APC-led government. He emphasized that Atiku's interactions with other political figures were his personal decision and not an official position of the PDP. On speculation that Atiku might defect to the SDP, he maintained that the PDP would address the situation if it arises. Well, we have joining me in the studio Ibrahim Abdullahi, who is the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, to throw more light on what the story you just had me read. Glad to have you join us.
Thank you, my brother.
So maybe we should start with, people are fond of saying when we get to the bridge, we cross it. And I always think that by the time you get to the bridge, you probably get stuck. So what's the true picture? I mean, El-Rufai is calling all the prominent politicians, to come join the SDP. What's the true position?
Yeah, first, thank you for having me. If the bridge is built solidly, in this case, with the strength that it can take the weight of those crossing over, it will be able to do so. And I think that's the position of PDP as we go forward. We'll get to the bridge, we'll cross it. We are very prepared. We anticipated all of these developments, and we are not taken unawares. And for the development in the polity with El-Rufai identifying with the SDP, that will not be expected of PDP to lose any sleep, because to be honest with you, we have defied the odds. At the risk of sounding immodest, I've always argued this is the longest political party, this is the strongest political party in Africa. It is the only one that has lasted 27 years since the inception of politics in this country, right from the First Republic to the Second Republic to the aborted Third Republic, and of course now, no political party lasted for more than 10 years, probably except the PDP. PDP is 27 years now, and we have lost power for a period of 10 years or so. And we still remain the issue. That's the elephant in the house. So as a Trojan, we are not deterred. We would expect anyone who chooses to go out and come back or make effort to want to disorganize the organization to try, but they will not succeed. Don't forget, we had even in this party at a time where a former president and one of the most fortunate Nigerians, having governed this country twice, first as military head of state and later as democratically elected president, and I'm talking of Olusegun Obasanjo, tearing his membership card of the PDP. And no sooner, he said he had nothing to do with PDP again in his life. And no sooner we saw him identifying with the same party in 2019 when he supported former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. So it's a political party that would always last the test of time. The more you try, the less you succeed if you are working towards bringing it down. For El-Rufai is entitled to identify with any political party, but you will not expect PDP to lose sleep over.
When you say the party still remains focused and you tout longevity, one would ask, is there really a PDP? Because, I mean, it's like kind of worms, like Harley Chase would say. Mm-hmm. Today, one problem, the next day, another problem. The next, if it's not the national secretary of the party, if it's not your member, the FCT minister, if it's not River State, if it's not Damagum, let's even talk about your national chairman, interim national chairman, the talk about his resignation. He says it is fake, it's false.
No, that is a lie from the pit of hell. It is far from the truth, and nothing could be as despicable as that narrative put by those who promoted it. It's a figment of their imagination. Ambassador Umar Iliadam Ogun still remains the national chairman and is providing leadership for the party. And all of those things you are itemized as responsible for the lackluster, or so to speak, performance of the PDP in recent times is orchestrated by, the ruling party, as it were. It's a problem that is not only limited to the PDP. You could see glaringly other opposition parties themselves have been suffering from this kind of interference or disruption from the ruling party. Talk about Labour, you have seen how their crisis at a point even led to their dismissing their former presidential candidate, Peter Obi. And everybody will know that Peter Obi was the one who brought the Labour Party into that kind of reckoning nationally. The same thing is happening to NNPP themselves. They said it in Kano that they have expelled former Governor Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and SDP and every other political party. So let them try. Whatever they do, they will leave PDP here. We still have 12 governors for the record, even with the banditry and broad day robbery that characterized the recent election in Edo State and Ondo, where we believed we won the election and they robbed us, typical of APC. But we're in court just yet. We would wait until the outcome of that election. Judgment. Then
when you say, you're actually accusing the ruling party for what is happening to your party. What are you doing about it?
No, we're having nocturnal meetings.
Assuming that what you're saying, because it's an allegation, but what should the PDP be doing?
We're doing what?
Put its house in order, get its acts together.
There's nothing virtually left undone. We're doing the best we can in the circumstance. Nobody would believe that PDP will still have 12 governors going forward with the kind of rampaging, effort of this APC to bring it to an end. But they are trying, they are not succeeding. And in the days ahead, you would see exactly what PDP will come up with. No thanks to this rooftop inflation that has visited the country, designed by this APC, this clueless and inept administration that has reduced even the quality of life of those persons serving in the government themselves, not to talk of Nigerians. You and I know that at the time PDP left power in 2016, I beg your pardon, a bag of rice was 6,000. We governed this country on a single-digit inflation. That was the party that brought Nigeria into global reckoning. We succeeded in debt cancellation for the country. We got Nigeria back from the pariah status that it was, as at the time Obasanjo took over power in 1998, to a nation that was the envy of all. Global economies worked. And then by the time Goodluck Jonathan left power in 2016, Nigeria was the third fastest growing economy in the world and the fastest in Africa. This is for the record. So whatever anybody says about PDP still remain the envy of all. This is the political party that identify with the commonest of the persons that you have out there in the trenches. It's a political party that has come to stand the test of time and has proven that all of its ideology objectives are geared towards ensuring the liberation of the masses and the downtrodden. So it's a political party that we know will still get the confidence of Nigerians going forward. And if they go by what they are seeing today, perpetuated by the APC, then your guess will be as good as mine. Forget their desperation. We'll cross the bridge when we get to it.
All right, you will cross the bridge when you get to it. Deputy National Public Secretary of the PDP, Ibrahim Abdullahi. I do not envy your party and the PDP. We'll watch and see how events play out in this nation. We wish you the best.
Thank you so very much.